There's a difference between having goals and building the future. Most people set goals to survive. Elon Musk sets goals to reshape the way humanity lives, moves, and thinks. That difference in scale is not just ambition, it's engineering. Because for Musk, goal setting isn't a wish list. It's a system, a mental blueprint, a personal contract with the future. And every extraordinary thing he's built, from electric vehicles to private space travel, started with a goal that was so big, it made the world uncomfortable. But here's the truth. Elon Musk doesn't have a monopoly on thinking big. What he does differently is how he structures those goals, how he breaks them down, commits to them, and pushes them forward with relentless focus. His success doesn't come from setting goals once and hoping they happen. It comes from engineering clarity, accepting extreme timelines, and building from the ground up with first principles guiding every step. This is not about copying his goals. It's about learning how he sets them. Because if you can learn to think clearly about the future you want, and if you're bold enough to pursue it like an engineer, not a dreamer, you'll find that greatness is not as far away as it seems. Most people begin with what they want. Elon Musk begins with why it matters. That's the first major shift in his approach to goal setting. It's not just about creating a product or building a company. It's about solving a meaningful problem for humanity. Whether it's accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy or making life multiplanetary, Musk starts with a mission. The goal becomes a servant to that mission, not the other way around. And that's where most people miss the mark. We chase goals that are often reactive. More money, more status, less stress. But Musk flips the script. He chooses missions that are proactive. He asks what would move the world forward, then makes it his goal to deliver it. And because the mission is bigger than him, it pulls him forward. That's why he keeps going through criticism, failure, and chaos. A mission, after all, is not just a target. It's a calling. There's wisdom here you can apply immediately. Before you write your next goal, ask a better question. What problem do I want to solve? Who does this help? Why does this matter beyond me? The moment your goals become about more than personal gain, you'll tap into a deeper kind of fuel. The kind that doesn't burn out. That's how Elon Musk sets goals, not from ego, but from impact. And that's why they stick. Musk doesn't guess his way forward. He engineers his way backward. Once the mission is clear, the next step isn't to ask what's possible. It's to ask, what would it take if nothing stood in the way? This is classic first principles thinking applied to goals. Musk starts with the ideal end state, the boldest version of success, whether it's colonizing Mars or building the safest AI, then works backward to identify every component required to get there. Most people do the opposite. They set goals based on current resources, constraints, and comfort zones. But that kind of thinking only leads to incremental progress. Musk's method forces the mind to reach further, to map out bold outcomes first, and only then figure out how to assemble the steps. It's not about whether the path exists. It's about building it from scratch. This approach demands clarity and courage. Clarity to define the destination in precise detail. Courage to accept that the road may not be visible yet. And yet, that's exactly how real innovation happens. Not from repeating what's been done, but from stepping into what hasn't. So, the next time you write down a goal, don't ask, what can I do this year? Ask, what's the clearest vision of what I want to build, and what would have to be true for it to happen? That question alone will separate you from 99% of people. A goal, no matter how grand, is only as strong as its structure. Elon Musk doesn't stop at defining the big picture. He breaks it down into parts. Just as an engineer would design a rocket, Musk dissects his goals into interconnected subsystems, each with its own function, timeline, and logic. That's how a mission like colonize Mars turns into dozens of tractable engineering problems: propulsion, life support, cost efficiency, fuel production, orbital dynamics. This habit of decomposition is what transforms a bold vision from abstract to actionable. And here's the key. Every subsystem becomes a goal in itself, a small piece of the puzzle that must be solved with discipline and detail. Musk once said, "If you have a complicated problem, break it into simpler problems." It sounds obvious, but very few people actually do it, because most goals are set emotionally, not structurally. But if you want to move like Musk, you must learn to think this way. Don't chase the entire mountain. Map the terrain, carve a route, and then climb it, section by section. Define the parts. Assign deadlines. Identify obstacles. Make progress visible. That's not just project management, it's mental clarity. And it's what separates lofty dreams from concrete achievement. The vision may start in the clouds, but execution always begins in the dirt. Setting a goal is only the beginning. Refining it is where the real work begins. Elon Musk understands something most people avoid. Progress is not a straight line. Even the best ideas need to be tested, challenged, and reshaped. That's why feedback loops are embedded deeply in the way Musk works. He invites criticism, measures real-world results, and adjusts relentlessly. Not because he's unsure, but because he's committed to reality over ego. This is a hard truth. If your goals can't survive criticism, they can't survive execution. Musk seeks out feedback, even when it's brutal. He once said, "You should take the approach that you're wrong. Your goal is to be less wrong." That kind of humility isn't weakness. It's a strength forged in precision. It's the mindset of a builder who doesn't just want to win, he wants to get it right. So, what's the lesson? Don't fall in love with your first plan. Build feedback into your process. Test early. Listen carefully. Measure honestly. Course correct without shame. Because the faster you find what doesn't work, the faster you'll find what does. That's how Musk navigates complexity without getting lost in it. He doesn't cling to the plan. He clings to the mission. And in doing so, he evolves faster than those who wait for perfection. Elon Musk is known for setting timelines that seem impossible, and often they are. But there's a deeper strategy behind it. These aren't reckless deadlines. They're deliberate compression tools. Musk understands that when you shorten the time to build something, you don't just move faster, you think differently. Aggressive timelines expose inefficiencies, eliminate fluff, and force teams to focus only on what matters. Why does this work? Because most people don't operate at the edge of their capability. They operate at the edge of their comfort. Musk flips that. He forces the impossible to the forefront, knowing that constraint breeds clarity. And while not every deadline is met, the sheer momentum generated by the effort pulls the entire mission forward at a pace others can't match. You don't have to hit the exact date, you just need to beat the inertia. Now, this doesn't mean rushing blindly. Musk still holds to high standards. But by shrinking the timeline, he sparks creativity speed, and relentless iteration. That's the lesson. Don't give your goals the luxury of endless time. Give them a clock. Make it tick. Use the pressure to sharpen your focus and stretch your capacity. You might miss the mark, but you'll be 10 times further than you would have been with comfort alone. Goal setting, for Elon Musk, is not a motivational exercise. It's a tool for building the future. He doesn't set goals to feel good or stay busy. He sets goals to solve problems that matter, and he does it with the same mindset he brings to engineering. Break it down, question assumptions, test everything, and move fast. This isn't idealism. It's discipline. It's clarity. It's urgency tied to impact. You don't have to build rockets or electric cars to think this way. What matters is how deeply you're willing to commit to a mission that's bigger than comfort. What matters is how clearly you're willing to define it, how bravely you'll attack it, and how humbly you'll refine it along the way. This is what separates those who talk about the future from those who actually create it. So start now. Start clean. Ask yourself, what problem do I want to solve? What would extraordinary look like? What needs to be true for it to happen? Then break it down. Set the clock. Embrace the feedback and move with urgency. Not panic, but purpose. Because if there's one lesson we can all learn from Elon Musk, it's this: the future is built by those who dare to design it.